Hey there. Oh God, I'm wearing the shirt that looks like it's like all cut up because it's vented. That's gonna get a lot of attention. It's the same shirt. It's just a freaking shirt, guys. All right, what do we got here? We got no drop frames. We're streaming to the Twitches, to the YouTubes of the world. We're live streaming from the Kench Niner Studios here in downtown Pleasanton, California. It's a cold day today, but it's gonna warm up again. So we rarely get a nice cool day in this part of the early summer. So we're all appreciating it. It's a little overcast. It'll probably be sunny later. It can be very dry, like it won't rain for 3 months around here or more, and hot. So when it's cool, that's always nice. I've got some high science. Good to see you. I've got the Diet Coke, of course. I've got the regular things sitting around here. I'm hoping that today, it's been a long week in a sense. It's nothing really major, but I'm hoping that today that the flying and the brain games and the playing of the guitar will be sufficiently relaxing so that I can go into the weekend with a good attitude. But I don't think it's going to happen. I just got a bad attitude, man. That's pretty good. Diet Coke. Who knew? Who knew that can really cheer you up a little bit? Got the ice and I already did that part. All right. We also have the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. What is up with you, Science? Anything new? I don't know. But yeah, do you have anywhere to go? I think although I didn't put it, we crossed off Chicago, but we still have this St. Croix River from the thing. So if unless somebody else has a suggestion, it's one thing we need to cross off. I don't know where it is. I should look it up. Anyway, well, still in the intro part of the show, right? So there's going to be, first I'm going to look this up. There's going to be flying around. There's going to be, I don't know. I'm probably going to do a couple of flights today because I feel like just doing a couple locations won't satisfy my need to kind of take off, see things, and land. All right, where's the St. Croix River? St. Croix River. I'm gonna see. It looks like it's a pretty long river. Oh yeah, but this specifically is a place that's effectively called St. Croix River. Okay, that forms. And there's a falls too. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna see some falls. I certainly don't. Yeah, we didn't go there. It's the border. It's on the border between what do we got here? Wyoming and whatever. Minnesota and Wisconsin, according to this thing here. All right. So, interesting. All right. Let's get over to the flying around. Big round games, right? Then the short break. And then today it looks like a guitar day. The guitar, just tease you, give you a little teaser. Like anybody might want to care which guitar is going to be. It's this one. It's the fancy cheap Amazon guitar I purchased recently from Amazon. So it was delivered to my door on an Amazon truck. Made in China, right to my door. And, they're actually pretty good. You can't buy those in a store. I bet it is. We're going to find out. All right, let's move over to the thing here. Hopefully I can find out where the nearest airport is, or like even major city. I am just basically going to try to see if I can find it. Well, first let's pick a plane. Not that one, just because we don't like to fly it twice in a row. Oh, should we fly the old C-22J? I guess. It's a good sightseer. It's fast. We'll do red interior, camouflage. It's kind of a cool looking plane. Kind of interesting looking thing. All right, so if we go that, and then we do departure. If I just do St. Croix, will it give me a result? Because I think that's probably St. Croix Falls might be it. Let's see if it's in the right place. Oh, it is in the right area. Nice. Okay, what does it look like? 2,500 feet of grass. It's not quite. That's also a grass strip. This is the area, though. Basically what happens is there's a world update. I'm just trying to see what's in the area here. Okay, what's this down here? This is a municipal. We can take off from here. And I'm pretty sure I'll be able to figure out what the I've never flown this area around here before. We're gonna have a cold start it. Yeah, so there's a city update 15, and then they have a video and it shows a list of things. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been doing, and it's like, for example, Milwaukee, Madison, Wisconsin, Mississippi, the Mississippi River in Wisconsin, the Chequamegon Bay, which is in the Lake Superior, Duluth. Then Lake Minnetonka, we did. The St. Croix River is the last one. The Mall of America, so St. Paul, Minneapolis. They've all been updated. I guess, they just, they update the detail level. They're never really specific. All right, let's see if we can cold start this plane and fly around here. But I think we want to go north. It should be pretty easy to find because geographically speaking, it's a falls. You know what I mean? And there's a major river in the area, but we'll see. It might be kind of tricky. That's not the plane I wanted to fly. Oh, here it is. That's the plane I want to fly. I don't know why it wasn't showing me the right plane. That's the right plane. All right, let's get inside this monster of a beast and starting her up. Okay, so let's see. First, we're gonna. I don't really need this. Let's put this somewhere else. Can I move this or somewhere? Let's see. Is there a fuel? That's not fuel. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think there is a specific fuel indicator. All right, so the battery is there. Let's see. We want to adjust the throttle a little bit. Is there a fuel thing back here? Battery, circuit breaker, oxygen bottle. Some cool stuff back there, but I don't think it has a fuel switch like most planes do. I'm not sure why. Okay, one second. All right, so we should be able to start. Okay, so let's start the right engine. You open and then close this little thing here, and then we turn on the right master and the fuel pump, and that actually should get it going. Yeah, so we already have some spin up on the right engine. And looking at for temperature, yeah, the temperature's coming up. So this is basically an auto ignition. It's not quite as manual as some of the other early jet engines, but it'll come up to, I think, 59%. It'll be ready to go. It'll be already start working on it. And the other thing is that right generator. You don't have to press that. It'll come on as soon as these engines are producing power. All right, so we do have to manually turn on our little radios here. So power. There's 2 radios and a Garmin in this configuration. So we want to see the map. Very good. Transponder mode is on. Let's see. We don't really need the altitude alerter, but that's fine. Okay, so engines are warming up to 62%. That's idle speed. Everything is good. Both generators are on. Oh yeah, we want to turn on some of this stuff here. Nav lights, strobe lights. Turn coordinator and attitude indicator both all need power, so now that will start powering up. It's got a little gyro in it. It's kind of interesting how it takes a little while to align itself, but it will. As the little gyro inside it speeds up. It's kind of weird. I've never really actually noticed how realistic that is. This plane has a lot of cool little details. But yeah, that's how it starts up. It jiggles, and then what's happening is there's a little there's a flywheel in there, that's speeding up and it has to get to speed. And now once it's full speed, now it can actually do the attitude. But it's kind of cool how they have that whole sequence there. All right, I think we can call this area. I've never been around here before. I guess we're just gonna announce our taxi. I love this plane though.
Oscar Echo Oscar traffic. KNSH 9er is taxiing to runway 10. Kilo Oscar Echo Oscar.
All right, which way do I want to go? I assume it's this way. Could be wrong. But plane doesn't turn too sharp. You got to be nice and slow. Hopefully it'll show me which way to go. Okay, good. Yeah, I was kind of going the right way. Very nice. All right, I'm going to pass these planes. I don't even know what that is right there. It's definitely an unusual plane that I don't think I have access to in the game personally. That one right there, that twin engine there. All right, but we're in a twin engine jet, which is pretty cool. Really tiny jet. Yeah, and these are super impractical planes in the real world because jets are expensive to maintain, and this plane only has room for 2 people and barely enough luggage. And one of them's got to be the pilot. So, I mean, it's effectively a sport plane that doesn't really have any kind of economic advantage. The advantage it has is that it's much faster than, say, a propeller plane, and that's it. But we don't care. We're here. You know, fuel is free in the virtual world. Maintenance is zero cost. We don't care about practicality. It's about cool, fun flying, and that's what we're gonna do. We can take off. Actually, yeah, let's take off from the end. This is a jet. It does take a little while to build up speed, but we're getting ready to fly. And I believe, okay, we have a little points of interest in the air, so we should be able to find this new content, which I haven't seen it, but it should be like just river stuff, you know. But again, there is a dam there, and maybe the dam will look cool. We'll find out. Yeah, that's not sus at all. Do 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 do. I wouldn't copy your copy paste in all uppercase. Just a suggestion. All right. All right. We're gonna get here. We're gonna get ready for takeoff. Parking brake on. Announce takeoff. Well, first, okay, we got to set the flaps to about the third position there, the second position there. And now it's important that you set some positive trim in this particular plane. Okay, so we're gonna announce takeoff. Actually, we're gonna announce takeoff. Depart north. That's the turn that we're gonna make.
Kilo Oscar, Echo Oscar traffic.
Okay, let's start warming up these engines here. We are set. We're set for takeoff. It's got a lot of glass, a lot of stuff to look at. But pretty easy plane to fly. It's got a few tricks in order to get the landing just right. Because it's a very fast plane. So we got full power. There we go. We're over torque. That's 105, 106%. That's just for landing over speed, or for that's called takeoff power. Whoa, got a little side wind there, trying to push us out the runway, but we're flying. All right, gear comes up. Flaps come in. There's the gear coming up. It's very slick with the gear up, and then we really get some speed going. But I want to be at under 100, under 90, 99%. Anything longer at that over speed, hurts the engine. All right, so we're gonna make a left turn to head north. Hopefully we're still, now I don't see any of the points of interest anymore. That's great. They do tend to disappear on me. All right, and we're heading out of here in a second. It's going to give us our thing. So yeah, my feeling is it's north, but I think I can kind of see where I am. What is this airport called anyway? I forgot. Where is it? KOEO. Does it say where we were? Not really. All right. Oh yeah. Reduce power and put our trim back to 0, basically. So we'll select there. Reduce power. Oh, it's about there. I want to make sure we do. Okay, so I think this is the river. Nice. I know it's the river because it's in the right place, and this is what we're looking for. So this is the St. Croix River. We're going to get nice and low. All it said in the little video they give you is St. Croix River, but it does look really nice. See, I haven't been here before. Now, if we go up river, I think we're going to hit the dam, and then it's going to kind of form into more of a lake, like a long, thin lake. But I'm not 100% sure that we're going to find out. But I'm already feel like we're too high. We're 2,000 feet up. I feel like, it looks good, but I want to be lower. This plane really wants to fly. And that's the other thing. We're moving like a bat out of hell compared to other planes. 234 knots. I mean, we're practically in fighter plane terrain here. And that's what it looks like, though. It is a really pretty plane. So, okay, here we go. There's this St. Croix River. Doing a little rural canyon carving. And what I'm expecting is at some point, I think in this direction there's a dam. I think we're almost there, in fact. There's a bridge, and I think this has all kind of been reworked a little bit. But this is the dam, I think, maybe. I guess it looks okay. Right? Okay, I want to check this here. Check what we are. Let's see, I'm going to zoom it through a little bit here. Let's see, that's what that looks like. Kinda? No, yeah, that is what it looks like. Okay, it's not perfect, but from visual, that is the There's a St. Croix Falls Dam there. It looks like there is a lot of water flowing over it normally. So this is effectively, and again, this water body of water represents the border of Wisconsin and Minnesota. Wisconsin being on that side, Minnesota on that side. I don't know. Maybe they have a rivalry. I don't know. You know, maybe they hate each other. They like try to throw rocks over the river at each other. It looks like it's not that easy to find crossing points. There's not a lot of bridges, and it's a pretty big body of water. But I want to see, is there another dam? The actual St. Croix River marker is up ahead at this. I mean, I don't, you know, on the Google Maps is up ahead a little bit, I believe, right? No. It was right here. It was right there because it was at this bend here. That's where it put the marker. So, in other words, it's not. We're in the general area, and if I fly much farther, it's going to be out of the zone of where it's going. But the St. Croix River is obviously quite long. I just don't think they would have redone all of it. But what they probably basically just done is a better topological survey was used to make the altitude data, how high everything is, and then they did some work on the the trees and how the open spaces look. It looks nice, but as you can see, there is not a lot, especially as we head up this way. There's not a lot of human activity. A little bit here, a little tiny town here. This is going to be in the looks like on the Minnesota side, being that this is Minnesota over here. There's a little road going up that way, but yeah, this is generally wilderness. I'm going to turn back and just check it out from the other direction. But and that's what I meant by this is probably short-lived flights, a couple short-lived flights. But I got to check everything off. You know, when they do a city update or a world update, and they come out with this little video, and it shows all these names, you know, at the bottom. I copy those names down, and then we try to go there. I do. Yeah, it's part of just appreciating all the content that they put in the game. You know, obviously there's lots of other places to go that haven't been updated recently. Okay, here's this St. Croix River. Plane flies like a dream. But again, it's just not a practical aircraft, and I don't think they probably would have made many that had updated avionics like that. The original version has 4 radios, which is, I don't know, could come in handy. But this version has 2 radios and a Garmin, which is even handier. All right, what's our speed? 198. That's pretty good speed. All right, so there's that little town. Well, this time we're going to go south. Maybe there's more to the south. And also that's kind of closer to where the airport is, which I'm just going to land there where we took off from. We don't have any other, choices in particular. There's a lot of grass runways, but this is a jet. It's not going to land on a grass runway. As it is, that runway is kind of short. But it should be fine. It's following this cool river here. I have live weather turned on, so what we're seeing should represent, and time of day, should represent what it's looking like in the real world in terms of cloud, weather, and where the sun is, kind of thing. Somewhere, well behind clouds, I guess. But this plane it also has a really smooth ride. Like some planes are kind of bouncy, but at this speed, you just don't get a lot of ground turbulence. You're just going too fast to really feel a lot of turbulence. I mean, probably would in the real world at these very low altitudes. All right, we're heading to the St. Croix River, back to the St. Croix River Falls Dam, and then back to wherever the heck we're going. Really? And thank you for looking at that. So it's fun that when I wonder if they have a rivalry, because neighboring states, and apparently they do. Most played rivalry in the NCAA in the football bowl. 135 meetings. So they have a huge history going back. I guess they could theoretically play two times a year against each other, if they're both in bowl games, kind of thing. It must be some kind of weird way, because they haven't been playing for 135 years. But that is really interesting. All right, so we're back at the St. Croix Fall Rivers Dam. There, and it looks like there's some electrical. You can see there's electric generation, but it's not much of a community. I wanted to check further down. Here's where it gets small again. We started down here to see if we head down the river a little bit further south, whether it gets more like stuff happens. But I don't know. It's just the middle of nowhere. That's an interesting Google look up there. But I get, it doesn't. It's probably not probably not like a blood feud or anything like that. It's just, they all support their state teams if they live in that state or else. All right, we got a pretty little farm, a beautiful farm up there. That's actually a really pretty farm. I mean, very detailed, and I like it. And you got some beautiful. It's just a really pretty river, at least from this altitude. St. Croix. Looks like there's a plateau there. Rivers are usually they have the interesting topology where the river itself is in a depression, but then there's a plain around it that it has over the eons flattened out, which is why there's not too many mountains in the area. And then they create their own alluvial plain, but then their own depression. It's just like that. It looks like we're getting some weather up here. We may end up with drops, raindrops on the canopy, which I don't mind. I kind of think it's a cool effect, especially if we fly through that cloud. Let's go right under it. But it's interesting. Sometimes there'll be raindrops like a little further away than you expect. All right, so as I expected, if we go south, there is a lot more community there. Like there's like a park or a school right there. And this is a much more community on the St. Croix River. I don't know why. I just thought there would be. So it's real bright over there. It's real dark over here on the Wisconsin side. There's a top of the valley pet resort out there. I'm just reading stuff off Google Maps. But yeah, let's head down the St. Croix River. I don't think we're gonna find. You're gonna try monovision contact lenses. So monovision contact lenses mean you have one eye that sees close and one eye that sees far. Because I know people who like that. Other people are like, it does kind of interfere with your depth perception, but apparently it's not that big deal. She goes, yeah, because most people, when you get glasses, they correct your vision to just so that you can see distance with both eyes. But you may be much better at seeing close up with one of your eyes. Right, yeah. So you effectively read through. I was actually watching a streamer, Victoria, and she was complaining that she got LASIK vision, and before one of her eyes was really good at seeing close up, and the other was she needed correction, but she didn't appreciate the fact that when she was putting on makeup, she could look through one of her eyes and see good with the mirror right next to her, see all the details she needed to. And now that she has LASIK, she can't do that anymore. But if she had special contact lenses, she doesn't want. The idea is she doesn't want to wear contact lenses or glasses. And then like people are like, well, just put on glasses for putting on your makeup. And she's like, no, you can't wear glasses to put eye makeup on. It'll go on top of the glasses instead of your. So in fact, she'd have to wear a special contact lens that would give her close vision to fix the issue. Yeah, I think, they don't warn you that there are some, you might get LASIK. It might be completely successful, and you might not be happy with it. In addition to that, it might not be that perfect. But, she had LASIK. It went perfect. It went exactly what you want. But now she's like, she has regrets. She's like, she wishes she didn't do it. She might still need glasses for some cases, but she would have had natural close vision without any correction, which she doesn't have anymore. Because I'm nearsighted, I have natural close vision with my eyes up, with these up. So I can put these up and I can see so if I needed to apply makeup in a mirror, I could do it. But if I got LASIK, I wouldn't be able to do that anymore because my close vision would be ruined and my eyes would be normal. And it does, getting LASIK doesn't give you more focal length range. It doesn't give you more focus range. It just changes your focal range to be more accurate. So yeah, I'm not. First of all, I'm there. I would not get it, but But secondly, yeah, I think the idea of having monofocal contact lenses is that might actually really be good. And I mean, if they're contact lenses, so if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. Look at this. We got a whole like this is where the river just goes to all these different places. This looks beautiful, but as in the heat, this just reminds me of a place where there's gonna be a lot of insects. But it looks like they did kind of. I imagine this area did get an increase in visual fidelity because it does look great. Our camouflage is practically perfect for like, but nobody can see us. I don't know anything. All right, so where was that airport? Boy, yeah, this thing goes for quite a while. Let me just see if I can find out. I mean, well, I can find it. It's right out here. Yeah, you can see where it is because it's where all the planes are. Actually, this is a different airport. Let's fly down there. This is the one we took off from up here. But this is where we're gonna land at. There's a lot more plane activity here. It's a ways, but we'll fly down the river, and it's gonna be right there. Which is good because I'm looking for a little bit more longer flight. Let's turn this off. We're just gonna follow the river about for another 10 miles, and then there should be a fairly large metropolitan area that has a municipal airport. We're gonna land there. It is what it is. Some days we do a lot of there's like boats on this little island there. Some days we do a lot of buildings, and flying around town. We did Chicago the other day. It was a lot of urban canyon carving, and some days we're just going on these lazy river flights. What you will not see me do is get in a 737 and fly like from Phoenix to Minneapolis. I could. I just don't want to. It's boring. But this is the one time we get a chance to sail down the St. Croix at a speed of. Wendy's is the new meme stock. Is that you, or have you been taken over by an AI chatbot? I don't. But no, I wouldn't know anything about meme stocks. I wouldn't think currently Tesla is the meme stock since they just went public. Or SpaceX, excuse me, SpaceX. Sorry, not Tesla. Okay, there's some stuff down here. There's like a radio tower, radio transmission. I know, I'm just no, again, but the thing is, yeah, I mean, consumer, restaurant or fast food stocks and things like that are. I mean, I would not know how that works. How they're going, why they get bumped or things like that. This is a pretty marina down here, and there's like pools there. People live there, and that's right next to a water treatment plant. Okay, so we are an actual place here. This thing with a huge smokestack and electrical power grid next to it is going to be some kind of fossil fuel, coal or oil electrical generating power station right there. All right, so, but we're a ways. And so there's definitely a town here. And there's a lot of, that's a big building, I guess. That's some manufacturer or something. All right. Yeah, we're getting to, I actually really briefly, so I don't crash, I want to see where I am. Okay, so we went down the river. There's a whole bunch of boring stuff there. And then, where does it get to be kind of like, oh yeah, okay, Stillwater, okay, it's still the state border, but yeah, it becomes a lot more as we get down here. There's quite a few little communities here. Winds out, and then, well, we should see a bridge or two when we get to the place, right? This might be the St. Croix crossing. No, I don't think it is. We haven't quite got there yet. There's this stuff off to the side. It's very pretty. That's the other thing I would assume is that, before making any investment decisions, I would go, hey, I'll just ask Rock whether it's a good stock or not. But I don't invest that way. Oh yeah, is there a new anime? Hi, by the way, how you doing? Good to see you. So it's a fan animated thing. I think he's finished his current project, right? Which is good though. I think we saw all of it. He's not he's not working on a new part of that. I'm not gonna watch fan created stuff though, because it's just not for me. It gets really big here, but if he does stuff, okay, where is that airport? All right, let's find out. We should be fairly close to it. Yeah, we passed it, right? Where am I specifically? Okay, I'm there. All right, so the airport is, well, what's over here? How far is that? It's kind of far. All right, let's land at that airport. So we did kind of pass it. Yeah, because I think I've seen the actual Skibbity Toilet 79 enough. I love that. I just liked it already. All right, I think there's an airport up here we can land at. This one here. What kind of runway does it have? It has a bunch of runways. Cool. Which is the longer runway? I guess that 21D is the longest runway. Okay, so where are we? We're heading toward it. We're heading there. All right, a couple miles up this way. Get some speed going. There's a road here. This is a really kind of interesting and very detailed area. But yeah, no, I'm subscribed to him as his new account, Door Closer. So I'll get notified when he does new stuff. All right, it's right up ahead, although we can't see it. But yeah, we were going through this very rural area, and now we're going through a much more suburban area. Looks like some pretty nice little estate houses. That actually might be a golf club, golf course, so we know we're in a fairly populated area. I'm not exactly sure. That's Lake Elmo past that, and this is the Lake Elmo Airport is where we're landing at. That little kind of, you see where where it says CROII, that's Lake Elmo. And in general, what's the largest community around here? Well, okay, well I guess we're heading towards St. Paul. If we went further up, we'd hit St. Paul, but it's a ways. Oh, where's this airport? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna approach it from the other side. That's the Lake Elmo Airport, and that is right there is Lake Elmo. It's like a bunch of lakes around here, but that bigger one is Lake Elmo. I guess that's where Elmo's from. I don't know. All right, so reduce power because we're gonna, as I mentioned before, this plane is, especially when you're trying to head down, it does not want to slow down. We don't want the engines to go to nothing in case we need to turn around. We got to keep the engines at like a kind of an idle. So what's the solution? Oh, it's quite simple. We activate our spoilers here, and we can activate them, just a little bit or a whole lot. But just for now, you can see they come off on the back edge of the wing, and in concert with the flaps, really work to make sure that our plane can slow down enough to actually land. Named after the best-selling, really? No, there's all sorts of great facts to be had. I've never heard of any of those things, but they're still interesting. You never know. And pretty soon we're going to be doing the big brain games. Well, we'll have to see. All right, so we're losing altitude. We're slowly losing a little speed, which is good. Everything looks like the cockpit. All right, so right behind us is that airport, right? A little hard to see from here. All right, I'll figure it out. All right, we're going to turn. Make a sharp turn. I'm increasing my flaps level a little bit during the turn. I'm kind of watching this thing here because this is basically my navigation system at this point. All right, so at this point, I do want to make sure that gear is down. Oh, look, points of interest has popped out. That always happens right at the end. They were here at the beginning, and then they disappeared, and now they're going to show up at the end. All right, so flaps to about there. Keep your engines at a boil. Actually, we're at a good speed here. Usually, I have the at this point I'm going to set the spoilers to 50%, right around 50%. Perfect. So you can see the back of those wings are kind of looking like a big sail, and that's what's keeping us from going too fast. Oops, that's the runway here. Yeah. So now that we have points of interest, you can even see a little pin there that says Lake Elmo. But I can see from the Google Maps is Lake Elmo Airport. All right, we don't want to underspeed. We don't want to stall before we get there. But you can see we have plenty of altitude to lose, so we're doing good. Flaps to the second to last position. That'll be for landing. And maybe just a little tad more on the brakes here. Sometimes I regret not putting enough spoiler in. It can always give us a little extra boost with the engine if it looks like we're going to stall out at the last second. But I don't think we are. And then you got to give it a lot of forward push with the stick because it still wants to fly. But we want to keep it down. We're a little high right now. So reduce engines. Your engine's coming down to an idle. This plane looks like kind of looks like we're low, but we're kind of high. From this attitude, it's kind of hard to tell. But we're gonna just flare out a little bit there. Just gently land. You do gotta give yourself plenty of time to brake because the brakes are not that effective. But we got plenty of room. Perfectly good landing. Okay, flaps in and speed brakes in. Speed brakes up. And here we are, St. Elmo Airport, I guess, or Lake Elmo Airport. One or the other. Yeah. It's Lake Elmo, but it's named after a novel, St. Elmo, which I assume is because St. Elmo's fire. Which is static electricity that was observed by ships in storms, would have predated any kind of literary reference. But I don't know though. But Saint Elmo was also somebody else. Was somebody before Saint Elmo's fire was a saint. So it'd be hard to tell exactly why they named their lake after that literary. Anyway, but I don't care. Also don't care. Let's check out this little GA, General Aviation Municipal Airport of some kind. I don't know who's flying in here. First time and last time, probably, I will ever have a chance to check out this area, so I'm going to take a look at it. That's what it looks like from here. We're turning, using our foot pedals to turn. That's how you turn in a plane. Use the stick. Gotta get used to that. Alright. But it looks like, I'm trying to see if there's like a control tower, but it just looks like a lot of hangars. A lot of hangars for small to medium-sized planes. I mean, there's got to be not necessarily, it doesn't have to be a control tower. Some of these are not controlled effectively, but I think this one would have a control tower. Okay, there's another runway. See, there's a bunch of runways that kind of crisscross here. So it can definitely handle a lot of traffic, should it need to. We're going downhill, so that's why I'm speeding up here. But this is a kind of cool looking building here. I wanted to check out this one. I guess this is the a command center, or is that another hangar? Some engine activity there. So, yeah, I don't really see an actual control. Well, hard to say. Maybe over there. Alright, once this park around here. Close enough. Close enough, buddy. Oh, he liked it. There it is. Hello. Alright, so that was the flight. Let's call that the flight for the day. Now, the one thing that I'm a little mad about because when they changed this model from a 2020 model that was available in 2024 to a 2024 specific model. Now, when you open the canopy, it ejects you from the plane and then closes the canopy. I wanted the canopy to stay open at the least, and I prefer to be able to sit in the plane with the canopy open. And there are plenty of planes that allow that are 2024 planes. In my opinion, that's a bug, but it has to do with just a design decision where they, opening and closing the door on a plane and it means getting in and out. But then that's not at all how they did it in 2020. I don't know why they made that crazy decision. I guess realism, but I don't know. But anyway, there's the Kinch 909er plane there. Performed very well today. We put our... Oh, you can't do that at this point. There's some interest... That's a Tucano over there, or whatever. What do we have those? That's actually a really fun plane to fly. It's got the turbo, that 6-blade turboprop. Probably fly that around someday. I don't remember. I think I have it. I think it's a Tucano. Beautiful model. Oh, right, it's a 4-blade. It's a burly plane. But compared to this little one, it's more of a sports car looking plane. But it's quite the ride. And again, once you've flown it a bit, it's one of the easier planes to fly. I don't think there's any good reason in the universe to have a plane painted in camouflage unless you're, in wartime. And even then, that's not air camouflage. But it's still fun. All right, let's get out of the flight simulator. Why not? I do have a lot of streaming to do because I'm going to play guitar for a while. I'll probably sing. I don't know. And I certainly want to take my time and relax during the big brain games, which are coming up very shortly. Let me move to the just chatting category. So it's a sequence of games that are, free games that you play on the web. I do them every day anyway. I'm even on the Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't stream. So it's kind of integrated into my into my daily 5-day-a-week stream. And if there are people in the community who want to help out on some of these games, or if want to pipe in the chat, you're more than welcome to, or you can just watch. And when I watch other players, if it's before I played them, I gotta change the channel because I don't want to see I don't want to see the results of a game I'm playing later. What I'm saying, but that's it is what it is. All right, so the first game, kind of a warm up. This is my warm up game. It's a Quirtle. It's a lot like the Wordle, which I didn't do. I got it 4, but I could have gotten it 3 today. I messed up. But we have 4 of these words to solve, 5-letter words, and using the same clues, which is why I use a very specific set of starting clues. This is what is this lower right one? It's C something URL. Is it churl? CHURL? Because I think that's a word. And I can't think of any other word. CHURL. It's a very unusual word that you don't see too often. But that's the only thing it could have been. All right, so we got the lower left one here. We have a word that has a Y but doesn't end in... it's not rhyme either. It doesn't end in Y. And there's an H. Could it be high... No, it can't be hydro. Shady. Oh, how you doing? Shady? No. Okay, the H. Oh, on the right. Yeah, okay, lower right. You have to say lower left. Okay, so, well, it could be shady, couldn't it? But couldn't it also be shaky with a K? Huh? That's a 50-50. Could it be... it can't be shaggy. That's 2 G's. But anyway, it could be... It's definitely SHA something Y. That's fine. We got that. But because it's a 50-50, I want to wait. So let's do that last. This one here, we should be able to get here. Oh yeah, I always know this one. This one, when you look at upper left, it's super easy word. Everyone knows this word. It's it's MRRH. Shit, how do you spell it? I know that's it, but I got to remember. Is that how you spell it? Yeah, MYRRH. I did right. Okay, that's the only thing it could be. That has those, the Y is not at the end, it has an H and an R. It's either rhyme, but there's no E, so it has to be myrrh. That's a really good word to know. No, I'm not cheating. I just checked the spelling and I was right. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not cheating. All right, let's do this one, but it didn't tell us anything, though, unfortunately. This still could be shaky or shady. We might come down to 50-50, but let's do this other one first. Because this one here has a U somewhere, right? And then we know where the AR is. So this one, it could be could be guard. It could be quark, but it's one or the other. So, and see, the D will help us tell us if it's shady or not. Okay, so it's shady. That told us the lower right one. And now I'm pretty sure it's quark. But see, we don't have to guess if it's shaky or shady. So you said shady, you were right. But we had the D, now we know. We don't have to guess. This one has to be quark. There's absolutely nothing else it could be. So we won that first game. First game is down. You're always right. Well, it's always nice to be always right, you know what I mean? It's always nice. All right, that's game number 2 is the the revealed. That's just a random order I like to do these things in. All right, let's do the revealed today. Yesterday, by the way, I did the revealed myself, and I killed it. It was a hard one. Okay. The category is a person. The first name has 4 letters. I don't want to hear about the heat, but that's interesting. It's an interesting simile there. All right, so 4 letters and 7 letters. So we got to figure out who this person was based on this heavily redacted document. We could see some of these things. All right, they were born November 27th, some year, in some place, U.S., though. Died September 18th, some year, blank. Was an American, we figure that. Blank, 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 and blank, who fused American traditions of blank, 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 and blank with techniques of blank, avant-garde blank to redefine the blank, blank in his own image. Moreover, he was a blank who collapsed the genre boundaries of blank, 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 and blank, and an iconic figure whose appeal linked the concerns of white and black blank by clothing black anger in the colorful blank of blank. Well, I'd say it's a black musician of some kind, I would think. It's not Miles Davis, that's for sure. It's not Dua Lipa. It's not Benny Netanyahu. It's a U.S. musician. And I'm thinking these are all just musical things. I'm not sure any of these are going to hit. I'll show you this one. Guitarist. Okay, that helps. American guitarist. That helps. She's not a guitarist. I think obviously somebody who's died already. Somebody's nobody is not alive because the show has a death date. Ooh, does that fit? That does fit. You might have cheated, but you're right because Jimmy is spelled that right and has the correct number of letters. All right, one for the community. You probably cheated, but still, how do I know? I'll give that. What do you think? You're getting money? There's no check in the mail. Like who hooped a hole in my shirt? That vent is really kind of funny looking. All right, so Jimi Hendrix, blah, blah, blah. This might have helped Washington, because I know he was born in Washington, in Seattle. Blah, 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 died in London. Yeah, rock guitarist, singer, and composer, blah, blah, blah. But we knew none of this stuff would have helped. Anyway, here's the results. We did pretty good due to the community. Yeah, that's a good point. I gotta stop buying guitars. The thing is, even when I'm not buying guitars, I'm still looking at. I still go to like the Guitar Center and Reverb sites. I'm always looking there. All right, yeah. Well, that was you. So what? What do you want? All right, that's a win for me, though. You know what I'm saying? All right, the next one is the tightrope trivia. You can't help with this one because it's timed, and so I got to go as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, I cannot and don't want to try to get answers from the crowd. There are some games that you can contribute with, but because this is the biggest factor in your score is how fast you get the answer, not just getting it right. I gotta really nail these things as quickly as I can. So let's just do this, get it over with. Neither a lake nor a sea. Caspian? I think because they're all on the border. They all border that particular body of water. Weird. Jane Austen? Oh, that was Charlotte Bronte. Oof. I'm not good with the old authoresses. Bald from fighting. Okay, good guess. Oh, Gotham. Shoot. I'm not reading these carefully. Well, it's a rough day. 2 months of winning. Wilson, right? No cooking. Fuck. These are hard. I know. It was a cold 1 out of 4 guess there. These are a hard one. Right? Okay, that one's an easy one. I mean, in general, this is, they get harder as the week goes on. So, these are getting the hard ones. With music, okay, who did it? It was Orpheus, right? Okay. Orpheus and Eurydice. They're the ones who did that one. Jane's blank sense of humor offended some friends and amused others. I guess acerbic would because we actually crossed that. Okay, hey, it was a crossing. It's not a good score, but man, trivia quizzes. Some of them are going to be hard, and some of them are going to be a little easier. I think I at least that one, the Gotham one, that one I should have got. I was distracted, or whatever. But there's always tomorrow. I'm going to be doing this for the next, 3 days, whatever. You got 2950. That's not even a possible score. The highest possible score is 2400, by the way. So you should do a little research. 2500, excuse me. But that's only on the day. You have to get a 2500. You'd have to get a perfect score on a Sunday when the difficulty bonus is 360. So you know what I'm saying. You can't even get the highest score except on a Sunday because this difficulty bonus increases. All right, let's move on to the next game, the reunion. This is a game that people have commonly been able to help me out with, but if you don't worry about it, I can solve it myself. Right, I was playing this game yesterday, and I got so incredibly lucky. I got it in 14, which is, I think, a world record, or maybe 13. It was ridiculous. I went bing, 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 everything turned green, but that rarely happens. All right, let's see what we got here. We got a Y there, but I don't know if it's not going to stay there. All these could be row or column yellows, all of them. So there's nothing here. Stop telling you what I can and do. I don't know. I think I can. I tell you what you can and can't do. And your only choice is to turn off the stream. But you can't do that. You're not capable. And we also have a bunch of weird looking letters here. I just want to see in my head, if this Y up here could be where this M and O is. But I don't think so, because M blank Y O something, no. No, and M Y something, oh no. So I think this Y must be somewhere on this column. And it kind of makes me feel like it's at the end. I usually think that Y's are at the end. And it's just a guess. But in this case, if it wasn't here, it had to be, I felt it was at the end. So that's what we call intuition. We don't have horny in here, but we could have something like Okay, what could this be? Because this, it can't be another N. Probably could be another E. Can't be an R. It could be an O, but then it had to be P O E. We don't have a P. Can't be an A. Can't be an I. Can't be an N. Can't be an R. Could be an O, right? Could be a W. No, see, I'm almost thinking we can figure out what this bottom word is from process of elimination. It could be no, it can't be an A. Okay, it could be a T, E-T-N-Y, but I can't think of any words there. It could be a W, but E-W-N-Y. I'm just trying to like, again, it could be a G, so E-G-N-Y. I don't think so. It's got to be something. I guess it could be another, since it could be another E. I think that has to be what it is. E-E-N-Y. Because then it could be like teeny. Yeah, I think I'm convinced myself that the bottom word is teeny. I'm going to try putting this E here. See? I think by process of elimination, I determined that that E had to go there. And now of course I think it can't be V, can't be anything that's on this column. It's either G, R, no, N, no, W is, I think would be W-E-A-N-Y, like weenie. But teeny works because I think that's a word. Okay. All right. We're moving forward. We made 3 moves. Already we made 3 whole moves. They're trying to get this. I'm trying to get this another 17. And I'm invested in this game now. I do this every day. And it took me a while just to kind of suss out kind of how things are working. That wasn't super helpful, but at least we got some stuff decided here. I think there has to be a T here where the R is. Because we know there's a T on the column. I mean, because of these 2 T's. We know there's a T on the column, and it's not where they are. And it's not where the E and the L are. It has to be where the R and the W are is. But okay. Not, I guess it could be where the W is then. Oof. I'm going to try this. Kind of had a feeling about that. So again, and then we know the T is on the here. I think it is there. Okay, it wasn't there. Well, that's the only place it could be. Reality, that makes more sense. Okay, I think I should have got that one. Fine. It's not wealthy, it's reality, but that's fine. So that was kind of thing. All right, so what's this? Could this be like minor? Because is there an I? There is an I that could go here. M-I, but then this would be N something. N-R or something. That's not right. So I don't think it's minor. Could it be... Well, it could be manner, but same issue. We also have this W. Now we know this W is on the column, where this W. Could the W go there? No. You can't go there. So it can only go here or here. And I think it has to go where the N is. Because... well, I'm not 100% sure there. I mean, yeah, this could be motor, and that could be a T. T-R something. Trowel. T-R-O-W. No, because... Anyway, this T has to go here. The W, and I think it's got to be motor, right? It's not going to be mitor. We're making some dress. Yeah, you okay, sorry, you got the motor. Yeah, I see you say motor. I'm not really reading. Screw you. So that I got myself. Okay, what's this one here though? It's gonna be trial? No, it's got a W in it. The W, it's either T or W something. It can't be. So the W has to go there. So it's T, it's not trivial. What is that word? All right, we still have a V to place. Where's that V gonna go? It was G. Is this word just gonna be giant and then no, because the thing can't go there. But I'm just curious. Okay, the G does go there. It's not giant. It's migrant. Okay. All right. We're making some things, and then this is going to be guava, right? And finally, so it's trawl. Oh, yeah, it's just trawl. And then this word is going to be ale. All right. So, not too bad. Nope, there's no gun involved. It's guava. All right, one off, but it was kind of a rough one, I think. Had some interesting hard words. Other players did about average on it. But, you know, it's always best if you can get a vertical word because that gives you a lot of clues. We only got the teeny first. And that was basically from guessing that the Y usually comes at the end of multiple words. Other than that, there's no way of knowing. Okay, anyway, that was fun. I had a good time. There's more games to go. What's the next one we should do? We've been doing the loop next. All right, so what we have here is, I don't even know what the fuck this is. Oh no, somebody's knitting. Knitting needles? Is that knitting or is that macrame? No, macrame is without needles. Anyway, knitting. That is a lynx, that kind of cat. Lynx, interestingly. Those are cuff links. So I'm going to put the links next to the cuff links. We got a tie-dye shirt. We got a dye. So I'm going to put the tie-dye shirt next to the dye. Don't worry where they're going to go. This is a cat, but that is specifically a lynx or a bobcat, but I think that's a lynx. And these are cuff links. Okay, so we got bicycle cards. Cards. I mean, cards usually go with dye. I'm temporarily putting them there. This is also a cat playing with yarn, so we'll put it next to the links. We got so we got cuff links and a tie thing. These are gonna go together, right? What's this thing? It's a waiter kicking the door. Is that specifically a I don't know what the hell that is. All right, what else we got here? We got a guy, they're playing soccer, football, and a guy is blocking. Specifically, he's blocking, though. We got a guy walking into a saloon, a cowboy with his 6 guns, with revolver. This is a weird one. And we got a cactus. The cactus and the cowboy, I think, would go together, maybe. But anyway, I haven't figured what would go next to the knitting needles. I guess okay, so that's yarn. So the cat playing with yarn would go with there, right? And then this cat would go next to that cat. And this is the links, and these are cuff links, right? Cuff links. The cuff links would go with the tie clips. So I'm pretty sure about these. What would go next to the tie? Oh, right, next to the tie would be tie-dye. And then the dye, right? And then the cards. So I believe these are all pretty good so far. Maybe the guy in the saloon was going to play poker, which is what the cards are. And he's in the desert. Cactus. I'm not really sure what these are, but we'll do a check. I don't want to be here forever. See, I was really good. I knew all those ones on the right side were correct, and we got good clues for the others. We got cowboy and the waitress go together. cowboy and the waitress. Nope, you're wrong. And we haven't figured out what the knitting needles are going to go. See, I'm thinking would go with a cactus, right? Because cactuses have needles. So the cactus goes with the knitting needles, but we do know from this yellow connection that the cactus and that guy go together. So it's going to be this, this, that, and that. I'm not sure the connection between the bicycle. I think this is a bicycle kick that he's doing here when you kick backwards in football. Yeah, they're both kicking in the door, but the other thing is, yeah, he's kicking in the door, and this is a kick, but specifically, it's a bicycle kick. Anyway, we got it now, which is good because getting in 2 is a win. That's an excellent. But just so you can see that, okay, you get the links. It's a homophone of links, cuff links with the tie pin, tie-dye shirt, the playing tie and the playing die, bicycle cards, and it's a bicycle kick he's showing. And then that's kick plate, which is, I was saying, he's kicking the plate. And then the swinging doors, well, I guess it doesn't matter. What is the connection between the swinging doors and the cactus? Okay, I guess just because they're associated with the Old West. The cactus are associated with that. That's pretty lame. Okay, I had a good time. I like the loop. And it's really similar in some ways to the connections, which we'll do next. It got a similar feel to the connections. Okay, so we got a new game here. The New York Times. Oh, the cowboy and the waiter. Well, you got it. Okay, you helped out. But you're going to help more in this one. Now, this is the one where I really am going to need your help because it's more of a challenge. Okay, what we got here is 16 words. We got to group them into 4 by affinity, but we don't know what the affinity is, and there's often a fake one. All right, so we got Tang. Like Tang, like the powdered drink. Chip, board, pinky, Dale, redo, splinter, nut, hollow, tree, gorge, bronzer, cracker, Dell, log, and pretzel. Huh. Yeah, maybe. We got cracker. We don't have crack. We got cracker. All right, let's see. What kind of, is anything kind of go out here? Tree, log, board, no. Pinky. Pinky in the brain, like Pinky is a comic character. Chip, Dale, Pinky, and I think someone else is maybe Splinter. Pinky Promise. I actually think Pinky might be a character in a comic book. This is a hard one. Come on, guys, help us out. Between Tang, Chip, Board, and Pinky. Excuse me. All right. I got some between teeth. It's fine. Dang. Okay, let me try this again. I'm gonna shuffle these. Looks like it could be this hard one. Something will pop out. Splinter, nut, hollow, Tang, gorge, something like pretzel, Dell, redo, tree, pinky, cracker, board, chip, log, Dale, and bronzer. Well, a cracker and a pretzel seem to be related, but a cracker, a pretzel, a nut, and a chip, these seem like snacks. Let's try it. They are crunchy snacks. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got it at the same time. All right, we got it at the same time. Look, that was a 50-50. But yeah, but thank you for doing it. Yes, we got that. But that was not too bad. So at least, and it'll get easier once we're down to 12. Now we're down to 12. Let's see. Board. Remember, some of these could be homophones. And like redo, what would that be with? Bronzer. What would that go with? gorge. I mean, we still have a splinter, a tree, a log, and a board. Things that could be made out of wood. You got it early. You played this earlier. Is that what you're saying? That's definitely cheating. Should we try this? What do you guys think? Tree, splinter, log, board. I mean, I don't see anything else that would fall into the category of something made out of wood in here, right? Oh, all right. Let's try this one. Come on. We're not all day. Various amounts of wood. I got it. What is that even supposed to mean? All right, look, now you got to get the next one. I got one. You got to get the next one. All right, gorge. Let's shuffle these. All right, pinky, bronzer, tang, hollow, gorge, dale, dell, and redo. I mean, a dell, a hollow, a dale, and a gorge. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the last thing is, but we'll get it. Areas of low ground, that's fine. This is definitely good. Oh, I see it already. Pink, bronze, tan, and red. Okay, you typed it in, but that's fine. It got a lot easier. Yeah, it's color. Starts with colors. That wasn't even a hard one. Colors plus a letter. That wasn't even hard. But hey, that's perfect. It was a group effort. All right. You got the colors. I got the colors right at the same time. We're right at the. We're very close. I honestly am not looking at the chat when I'm trying to figure things out. But you got the crunchy snack out. You got the first one. I got the wood, and the or is low ground. I got the rest of them. All right. Look, that's it for the games. Except that we're gonna do one more because I like to wrap it up with my Octurtle, just because it's something I like to do. And I like to do the hardest one, which is the rescue. That means 8 different words we got to solve at the same time. Plus, it gave us 4. It did 4 crappy random words to start with, so we don't get even use powerful words here. This one here is interesting though. It's going to be something ASH or ACH. Could be swash or smash. I'll leave that one for a bit. It's interesting that there's a V and an L in here. So it's this really, I feel this one on the lower left has got to be lever. But it's not necessarily lever, but I had a good feeling about that one. All right, we got one of the easy ones. This one here also has an AL. It could be something ALER, right? But also could be AL something ER, which is what I think it is. So I think but then it could be alder or alter. It could be ALDER, ALTER. Velvet is a 6-letter word. I'm gonna wait for this one. You see, I'm quite certain it's AL blank ER, right? AL blank ER, but it could be alder. That's a word, and it could be alter. That's also a word. So I don't like to do 50-50s until we have to. This, let's see, we have SHO, and it's not another O, so it's not shoot. It's SHO, and then it can't be like shock because there's no C. But it could be shout. Let's just guess shout. And even if it's not, it gives us the U and the T. Oops, it wasn't. Well, we needed the U and T. We can still potentially win that win this. I thought it could be shout. I had a good feeling about it. Anyway, now though we know this is EAST, right? Is that helpful? Because it can't be yeast. It can't be deast. It has to be beast. BEAST upper left, right? I'm pretty sure. That gave us the B, which is actually used in another word. So now we know this is. I would not have gotten this. It's Baler, BALER. That's not a very common word. But it is what it is. It has to be that way. And this one here, now we know, is stash. Again, I wasn't sure what that was going to be. So that's why I wanted to wait. But now that we know there's a T and an H and they have to go in those positions, that makes it real easy. We have to get all these now. We have to get all these ones. Here's an interesting case where all we know about it is an ST, but because we've eliminated all the other vowels, it has to be STI. That's the only vowel available. But it can't be stiff because there's no F. It can be sting or stink. Oof, it's a 50-50. I don't want to do it yet. Sting, I'm sure it's sting or stink. But we don't need yet. This one here is starting to get interesting. This one here we know. This one here on the left here, it's trove. Not a particularly easy word, but it's spelled out for us. There's no other words it could be. And if I'm certain on this one, oh yeah, you just typed it. You're just typing what I'm saying in the chat window, as if somebody's really oof. I don't care. Honestly, don't care. Just type. Just type what. All right, let's finish that. All right, so we still know SHO doesn't have an I. It's SHO something. It could have an I, but I don't think it does. SHO. What could that be? Showy, but there's a Y. I bet if I can figure out what that word could be, it's the right word. Shond, shonk, shong, shook. No, see, it can't be shook because we tried scoop up here. See that word scoop? If it were shook, that O would be green, and it's not. It's not SHOO. That we can eliminate. So, but we could be an I because that's the only other vowel we have. But I can't think of SHOI something. What would that be? Could it be shoji? I don't know, man. This might be a hard word because upright. Because I can't really think what that could be. Can't be should. SHO. Shown. It has to be shown. SHOWN. It has to be. Okay. So once you eliminate all the words, shows, there's no plural words, but that's a good thing. Shows would have been a plural word, but shown is the obviously the other thing. But yeah, we were kind of on the right track though. And that was good because the N is necessary down here. Oh no, we knew it was stink. Oh, it can still be sting or stink. We're kind of fucked there. Let's see if we can get this, at least get this word here. This word here, okay. It's gonna be okay. There's an F in it. There's an O in it. There's an R in it. There's a T in it, and it ends in Y, and that's the only possible combination there. So at least we got that one. But notice that it did not give us a K or a G. So unfortunately, we are coming down to the last guess. Shows would not be in the dictionary, even if it's because it's potentially even though I see what you're saying, it's not always plural, but it wouldn't be in the dictionary. There are words that end in S in the dictionary, like abyss, but they're always singular words. It's just a weird thing. You just have to learn it. All right, so it's sting or stink, but unfortunately we don't know because we just have to guess. Yeah, so close. It was sting. It was a 50-50, and that it comes down. We did about as good as we can do on that game. If I won all of them every single time, I wouldn't find it fun to try to do this. I get them about 60% though. But you see, it was sting or stink, and it was, you just have to go for one. You're not gonna, flip a coin or whatever because it could have been stink. Just as easily. We hadn't tried the K or the G in any of these previous words. But the shown thing, I'm pretty kind of proud of that. We figured out that it was shown eventually because, basically that was the only thing that it could possibly have been. But I tried shout at the time and it could have been that, but it wasn't. It was shown. All right, that was fun. All right, and that means the end of the big brain games for the day. But there'll be more big brain games tomorrow. You laughed a lot. Hey, that's always, that's a big success in my book. I'm going to switch to the music category right now while I'm thinking about it because even after I take my break, we were going to be you know, I'll be taking a break, reconfigure my things, get my guitar plugged in, put my headphones on, and we'll see you on the other side of that. Looking forward to playing guitar for like 45 minutes or so, or maybe I'll try to sing a song. It's not. Be sure to get ready to hit that mute button as quickly as you possibly can. Alrighty then. The noise level correctly. I'm gonna do it right now since it was a request. I'm playing some Pink Floyd. It is a pretty guitar. Well, yeah. So this is one of my newer. Again, I call they're Chinese made. They're sold directly through Amazon to your doorstep. Leo James. You can buy a whole bunch of them. Their flagship guitar is like $250, which is. And then they have cheaper ones, which are like, but this one has the fancy burl top. It's got a Floyd Rose style tremolo, double locking bridge, kind of these fancy inlays. It's got a roasted maple neck. It's got it's a really quality guitar. I had to do a little setup work on it. They have another version that has stainless steel frets. These are not stainless steel, but they're fine. All right, let me see if I'm gonna play Pink Floyd, which I'm gonna do. There's only one song I do. It's called "Wish You Were Here." It is Pink Floyd, but I gotta play with the accompaniment, which I'm gonna bring up right here. Okay, hold on a second. It's much better this way. I'll do some solos after this. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain, and you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? They get you to try your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for cool breeze, cold comfort for change, and then you exchange, walk on part of the war, or lead role in a cage. first time I played the Zoom edition of this one. There's often a bunch of different variations, but now that I'm just gonna do some of these. This also has great vocals, backing vocals for me. All right, Capo 2. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna start over with Mike. I like to play. You don't have to play this on Capo 2, but it's just where I prefer to do it. So I played in D and instead of playing. I like the way your sparkling earrings lay. Wait, it's trying to get the enunciation. It's kind of hard in the song. I like the way your sparkling earrings lay against your skin so brown. I wanna sleep with you in the desert tonight, with a billion stars all around. 'Cause I got a peaceful, easy feeling. I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. And I found out a long time ago what a woman can do to your soul. Oh, but she can't take you anyway. You don't already know how to go. I got a peaceful, easy feeling. And I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. I get this feeling I may know you as a lover and a friend, but this voice keeps whispering in my other ear, tells me I may never see you again. I get a peaceful, easy feeling. I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing. I'm already standing. Yes, I'm already standing on the ground. Really fun song to do, among a lot of the others that I like to do. Probably. Oh yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a while. because I don't want to forget it. It's an RM song, my favorite band. But I'll work on the opening a little bit. The opening is like that, I believe. That's it, practice of it. In fact, I'm gonna do a little tune check here. These Foley Boys style state you do really well. So they're very flexible. I really like them. Even if you're not playing on this thing, they're really handy. Okay. Here, ready? I don't know what you mean to why you mean to me when I call on the telephone. I don't know what you mean to me. I wanna turn you on, turn you up, figure you out, wanna take you on. These words, you will be mine. These words, you will be mine all the time. Now a fool might be my middle name. I'd be foolish not to say, gonna make whatever it takes, bring you up, call you down, sign your name, secret love, make it rhyme, take you in and make you mine. These words, you will be mine. These words, you will be mine all the time. Ooh. I tripped and fell, and I fall. What I wanna feel it now. You know, with love comes strange currencies. And here is my appeal. I need a chance, a second chance, third chance, a fourth chance, a word, a signal, not a little breath, just to fool myself, to catch myself and make it real. Real. These words, you will be mine. These words, you will be mine all the time. Ooh, these words, you will be mine. this one a little while. That little tricky. Oh, I'll figure it out. I guess we'll do Amy. No, not this one. I'll do Amy. Bunch of good choices in here, though. Haven't done some of these in a while. Capo 2, where I like to play this one.
Let you see one thing for yourself. Now you're off with someone else and I'm alone. See, I thought that I might keep you for my own. Amy, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Don't think the time was right for us to find all the things we thought were proper, just be right in time, and then you see which way we should turn together or alone. I can never see what's right or what is wrong. Don't take too long to see, Amy, what you want to do. I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Well now, Amy, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Now it's come to what you want, you had your way, and all things you thought before just faded into gray. And then you see that I don't know if it's you or if it's me. If it's one of us, I'm sure we both will see. But you look at me and tell me, Amy, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do now. Amy, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Falling in and out of you, falling in and out of you. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I keep falling in and out of love. You.
Do one more song. What will it be, though? Maybe we'll just do this as a... Just do the singing part of this one. It's a nice short song. I don't play the guitar part. Here's what it is.
Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name, I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad, I've got a name, I've got a name. And I carry it with me like my daddy did but I'm living the dream that he can't give. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Like a north wind whistling down the sky, I've got a song, I've got a song. Like the whippoorwill and the babies cry, I've got a song, I've got a song. And I carry it with me and I sing it loud. If it gets me nowhere, I go there proud. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. I'm gonna go there free. My voice is done. Like the fool I am and I'll always be. I've got a dream. I've got a dream. They can change their minds, but they can't change me. I've got a dream. I've got a dream. And I know I can share it if you want me to. If you're going my way, I'll go with you. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by.
It's a hard song to sing. I like it. It's what it is. I love Tim Cruise. All right. It's roughly 2 hours in. Can you believe it? And I could go longer, but I'm not going to. Why not just go longer? Why not just go all night? Why not do a 12-hour stream, you say? Well, why? I'll tell you why. Because I'm trying to leave the energy in the tank for the next stream, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. my time. I don't know what time it is your time. It could be any one of 23 other time zones, but that's not my time zone. It's a lot of time zones. But in any case, it's a very consistent start time, roughly the same time every day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just like to reaffirm my daily schedule. And I plan on doing it again, next 3 days in a row. They'll be flying around in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Don't know where we're going. Literally, we finished off the worlds today, the City Update 15. And that means anywhere in the world. Hello, how you doing today? By the way, you're coming in right at the end, but it's for your first chat. But thank you for coming in and saying hi. You might have been here for a little while. But in any case, there's lots more Ken Schneider 909 streams to come. And again, tomorrow I'll be flying around. I don't know where. Yeah, you'll get a message now because you followed. There'll be the Big Brain Games in the middle. By the way, today's Big Brain Games were mixed bag, but thanks to community members, we pulled out some big wins. I think. I'm always kind of amazed I could say that. And then there'll be a musical segment. Tomorrow's musical segment is going to be me playing the bass. I'll show you the bass I'm going to be playing on too. Yesterday we did piano. Today we did the guitar. Tomorrow I'll be whipping out this gorgeous Ibanez SR400 bass in. It's called the Tropical Seafloor. It probably looks better in person, but it looks pretty good on the screen too. It's a really nice playing bass too. And I'll be playing along with Rocksmith Plus. I'll be playing my bass along with actual songs so there'll be no VODs, but it's really fun. Often these are songs that I know, but I've never played the bass part before. So it's like the first time. And I might play some of the fun songs. I really have had a good time doing that, so I'm glad I can work that into my content. So that'll be tomorrow's stream, but basically, as I always like to say, I had such a good time doing today's stream that I'm going to do the whole damn thing again tomorrow. But in the interim, let me leave you with this thought. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Bye, everybody. See you next time.